Yeah, this show isn't too shabby, to be honest.
Where am I staying?
Come on in, I'll show you. I hope you don't mind sleeping on the couch.
No, that's what I was. Oh, that's a beauty too.
There you go.
Just my size.
Well, we'll let you get settled.
Feel free to make yourself.
He's a tall man, actually. I'm surprised that couch even fits him. So this show is called Extreme Cheapskates, and it's funny that I found this somewhere on YouTube Movies and TV, because basically you can actually watch these for free. I've been learning a lot about this, and the man's name is, Deon, what's his name? His name is Jeff, and after reading the comments, people are saying Jeff is probably the nicest guy on the show. Like, the majority of these people on Extreme Cheapskates are just annoying, LOL. But Jeff seems to be the nicest. Yeah, if I actually dimmed this down more, his ways are a bit different, but his ways are fine compared to what some of other people have done. And like one couple, they share dental floss, which is definitely sick, toothpaste, which is even sicker, and they even went to a funeral parlor, I'm not sure where that is, and the wife said bury him first when he dies. What? And then dig the coffin up and bury me on top. How the hell does that work? What? I don't get it. Then dig the coffin up and bury me on top. How does that work? I can't picture that in my autistic brain. Interesting. Bury him first when he dies, and then dig the coffin up. Wow, that's... I mean, you might as well just have, like, you both in the same coffin, right? I'm sure you can do that, I think. I don't know. I'm not right about coffins. All I know is that my mom, she wants to be not reincarnated. In a what's it called? Not a vase. Like when you basically have someone's ashes. I forgot the name of it, but I don't remember the name.
They let me teach them a little something about saving money. They don't adopt everything I do, but they certainly picked up some tips over the years.
What you doing in
I
here?
hope you don't mind. I'm making myself at home. You know, I have something special. I told you I would treat you to dinner. I've got something special here.
Wait,
Salmon carcass.
salmon carcass? Actually, I wonder what a carcass... Wait, that's the body, right? Hold on, let me look that up. It does look kind of fresh. The boy's little, like, carcass. The dead body of an owl. Oh, I see.
You really can't beat it.
Well, I mean, it looks fresh. I mean, I don't know. I like fish. I do. And I just noticed that the damn... Oh, I apologize. The water isn't hot. Well, it's warm, but it's... I want it, like, burning my skin. So, I'll just have to wait until later. And I'm not too sure in a week. And yeah, because since I'm a phoenix, I like my water blistering hot. I do. Like, that water is cold. It's warm. Like, it's probably like 80 degrees warm, but to me, it probably feels like a 65 degrees or something. Not warm enough for me. But, I gotta check outside very quick. Sorry about that. I'll just have to wait a little bit, and I want to see that person's car. See, because they have that... I'm not sure if you can see it. They have... I'm going to check that car, honestly. Oh. Look at that. Oh, you know what? I can actually check that they actually have the gate open. I think they're repairing that house after the homeless people are moved, right? And, yeah, it's still raining out. But the thing is that they got... Deon, that has to be it. That has to be a Ukrainian flag. I apologize. I don't want to be like a creep or anything, but honestly, this ain't a sticker, and also make it Taz. I'm gonna bring him out with me. I know that sounds weird because I'm wearing my Looney Tunes outfit. I'll get back to that topic in a sec about extreme cheapskates. Did I say skates? Cheapskate. Yeah, that's the name of it. Okay. Plus, I haven't been outside lately since our mom actually stopped by. Plus, it's nice. Yeah, so basically they were painting the house, and I'm tippy-toeing right now. Okay, it's not cool enough to see my breath, but someone's in the truck. I know because I got Taz with me. They're probably thinking like, why am I out like this? Hold on, let me see this very quick. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm going to be checking that car in a minute. But if you actually see back here, right? You know, after what our neighbor Trish told us about, I'm glad that my brother even, like, told them, the people that work in the office. yeah, they're still fixing up that place. And, oh, the light is on. Go figure. But the other light in there, that's off. So, just so I can actually share that. But yeah, at that car, I knew it. Like, Deon, you're right. What the hell? You see that? Oh, that is so cool. What the hell? I'm not sure if you can see it, but that is the Ukrainian flag. I had to get that on camera. That is so cool. Wow. That is so cool. I was right. Let me actually go back inside. Yeah, that is literally the Ukrainian flag. That's neat. Sorry about that. Because I was wondering, like, what the heck? Like, that car supports Ukraine. That's nice. And it's cloudy. Okay, let me actually get back outside. I just had to check that because I was wondering, like, you know, after what's going on between Ukraine and Russia, how to get that. And, boy. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, it's cloudy right now. And it's raining. Oh, someone actually has a little dog. That's cute. Adorable. That's a chihuahua. That's cute. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, there we go. It feels nice outside. Sorry, I know I look a little weird. And also, that's Tess wants to say, I'm shy. I don't know. So he's shy, literally. So yeah, literally that whoever that car is, I want to give him a lot of support for that because look, you see that? Okay? Literally, it has the country map shape on it. And also, I want to say Privet. It means hello. Because I think in Russian, I can't pronounce the word. I think you also can say Privet. But, I know, they're two different languages, but they're similar. Like Indonesian and Malay. All I know is that Niet was basically means no in Russian, right? Because Niet, that's Polish, right? I think you can say Niet. I think Ukrainians can understand now. And also, that's what that means goodbye in Russian. I need to learn more about Ukrainian. So, I apologize. I just had to do that because that car, right? You see that over there? I've been so curious that they've been having that flag this whole time. That is so cool. So, first of all, is the Ukrainian flag. Second is the Inyasha sticker from our other neighbors. So, this is why I like my neighborhood. And I just see our bus stop that passed by. And, yeah, so, basically, I apologize. I love this neighborhood. So, sorry about that. It's just, the thing is, I don't know, it's a nice day today, and I want to take a shower, but the water isn't hot, but whatever. So the point of this show, right, I deeply apologize. I had to share that, literally, because я люблю Ukraini, and Slava Ukraini, so I just had to do that, literally, even though I've been cutting up with the news lately. The point of cheapskates, right, is that you basically have these random people, right? And you also have other episodes as well. I'm actually watching them in order, even though I'm not watched the first one. They basically would have these different tactics on how you would like, Deon, how do you explain this? You would basically, like, invent your own ideas. Or you invent your own crafts, right? As silly as it sounds. And you basically spend the cheapest way possible. Kind of like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob, right? And basically that man in Maryland, because people in the comments, there's that many, have been saying that he is the nicest. I can see why, even though it's kind of weird that he asked to use his neighbor's Wi-Fi, which is kind of funny because I cannot imagine using our neighbor's Wi-Fi. I didn't even know that's legal, actually. I mean, I remember, like, a long time ago, there was this app. This is, like, after I left high school, right? It was a different period. That you actually could, like, download it, and if you're, like, in a certain building, like, I think the CVS, or maybe at Fry's, that we actually have here, Walmart, of course, Walmart, you can actually use the Wi-Fi. You would download the app, I don't even remember the name of it anymore, and you would use it, and you can actually be connected to the internet. It's kind of cool, though, because I used it when, I don't know why. I think when I went out from our walks, because I think I did have some Wi-Fi issues, especially since we went to Sprint, Verizon. Sprint was terrible, and maybe I don't want to use all the data, I suppose. And basically, for Jeff, that's his name, because he lives in this, gorgeous place called Albuquerque, which is a cool name, by the way, which is out, I think it's like not too far from DC, and it does give you the name of like where they're from, right? I just like to share the location, and I think that's like one of his friends or something. He's digging out trash, and not to much the girl's reaction as well, but basically he would go into these stores, right? He would just ask to see if you can actually spend the cheapest way possible. And he even, like, basically, I don't blame him, honestly. As much as I love tomatoes, because I'm obsessed with eating ketchup, maybe because it's an Arizona thing, because in Mexico, believe it or not, they're supposed to be like the tomato capital, right? I love ketchup. I'm not kidding. I would eat it on my burritos. My noodles, not as much as I used to. It doesn't taste right. Deon, what else do you eat it on? It would be my chicken nuggets, of course, my chicken tenders, and sometimes my spaghetti. I'm not gonna lie to that. I mean, it is wheat, so it makes perfect sense. And definitely on my Hawaiian bread, every now and then, I would eat a lot of it. If there's not much in the cabinet and I get really hungry, I would actually eat a lot of it, right? And I don't know why they actually have to censor the brand of that food.
Like a bandit.
$8.49.
$8.49?
Yep.
Deal. Thanks again.
And he even would invent his own deodorant.
Put it in the refrigerator overnight. It'll harden. You're getting probably 3 or 4 times the volume of deodorant that you get.
I think it's pretty smart, to be honest. And honestly, this show, it does teach you about survival, as stupid as it seems, right? Because, alright, you're like a grown adult, you're living on your own, and, you know, you shouldn't be spending that cheap if you basically are, one, you know, doing laundry and, you know, basically paying for the electricity. 3, I think I skipped 2, did I? Sorry, but I'm trying to move this a little bit fast because there's so much info I want to share. You would basically you know, like, pay your own water bill, depending on, like, the type of house you live in, and when you actually have friends over, either want them to actually live in, like, in a filthy house, or something that might be cheap, or covering up in plastic. I saw another episode on that, which is strange. And not to mention, if you basically would only ask for one rib, and having your date sharing their meal with you, because there's another, man, or 29-year-old boy, so to speak, that lived in Cincinnati, I think. He basically did that. It was embarrassing. I know he's sweet and all, but, like, if a boy took me out of the day, I would do my best if I actually have money to pay for him. And can I just share this very quick? Sorry, I thought that was kind of cute. So I love bacon. I do, okay? I find it so delicious. I remember my 5th grade friend named Samuel, whom I kind of have a crush on. He used to like bugs and whatever, and, you know, he would, I don't think he would collect it, I think he would, but when we actually reached freshman, he had a growth spurt, by the way. He was slim, too. He would be, like, obsessed with bacon, right, and he would like to play football, and he wore glasses, and he was kind of close with me, and I liked him. I mean, he's straight, as, like, Deon, how can you explain this? As this green ruler, right, but, you know, he was, because we grew up since the 5th grade, so it makes sense he was comfortable around me, and he ran into a lot of stuff, and I was no longer in contact with him. I still remember that incident. He was stretching in class, and I would see his belly, and, okay, sorry about that. Literally, I thought it was kind of high. I had a massive crush on him, and he was Mexican, if you're curious, and I came out the last name, of course, but, it's a really great show, right? I've been watching it for quite some time, and on and off throughout YouTube, and this came out in 2012, right? Hard to believe that I was still in high school when this actually got released. I was in my senior year. I wasn't 18 yet. I was going to be on 18. I was 17, right? Because I was born in 94. That actually makes sense. And a lot of people, you know, I think are a little harsh on these people because they are thinking smart. I get they want to spend cheap because what actually happened of COVID. And not to mention with the gas, the gas outrage, I like to call it, because of how gas actually has really run up. I remember taking a couple pictures, whatever, I would, like, walk to Christown that you ought to pay, like, $4.60 for gas, which is hella expensive. Like, this is Arizona, this isn't California. California, I would understand, but here in Arizona, that's not, I know gas is not that high, right? And I just like the show because I remember watching it like years ago, and back in the early 2010s, we had better shows back then. Let's just say let's name a couple. Well, that's the early 2000s, so that doesn't count. Disaster Date, Ninja Warrior, Solid Library, and damn, what's another show you watched growing up? Catfish. I haven't watched that ever since. This is back like where I was in high school and when I graduated. It was such a different time back then. A decade is a long time. And for me personally, the reason why I kind of find the show inspiring is because this is sure around my house, right? Basically, for me, as silly as it is, right? Look at my shoes, okay? Yeah, I cannot afford any shoes at the moment, and I've been wearing these ever since, right? I love these shoes, even though I got to use shoe goo, which I'll be showing you in a minute, unless my brother threw them away. Basically, my mom, she would buy these on eBay, because he not only am able to buy these at Walmart, but also on eBay, right? And you're not believe how much these cost. I want y'all to take a guess before I set the price on it. Like, I'll give you 10 seconds. $10, right? That's the site that you would find. And I remember I did a video on this, because at Walmart, you would pay like only 20 bones for these, and they last a long time. I've been having these probably for like 5 months, and they're still holding up, because, not to mention, they do have like a great like leaf design, because each, do you know what the hell they're called again? They're called George, right? That's the name of the brand, and they're laceless, so they're kind of like, I think they're called Converse, right? They're like George Converse shoes, because another, embarrassing fact about me, I do not know how to tie shoes. I don't know how. I have to wear these shoes because, well, I had to let my mother basically tie them for me, right? And I got to tiptoe because I'm really short. Literally, I was like, see, it's like wearing heels with these. I mean, by, tiptoeing. You can see here that the other shoes, even though they have a huge hole in it because I worn them out, right? That's because I didn't use a shoe guard at the time. They would have like a different design on it. And I love these shoes because they go with like all my clothes that I like to wear, right? And if I actually, okay, sorry about that. If I actually can show y'all in the kitchen, right? Basically, oh, here it is. Yeah, the shoe glue dried up. But the thing is, this stuff is so strong. It's like, I can't explain this. When you have glue and super glue, okay, just think about that. Glue and super glue. That's how strong this stuff is. It's like cement. You see that? This is sugar, right? I cannot even like move it or anything. It's humanly impossible to do so. This stuff is so strong. I put that on my shoes. They last a long time. And not to mention in the bottom, because they worn down, it's as though I'm building themselves in this Phoenix soil, right? Sorry, but I get really curious outside. Because the thing is, I would use the shoe glue on the bottom, and it would just last, right? And you can see here, this is how much I worn out my insoles, right? And just so you know, the be so, oh dear, yeah, I definitely gotta buy new ones. Ugh, I wish I could. Oh, crud. Yeah, they're really wearing out. Oh, darn out my club. The thing is that you can see that's how much I worn out my shoes. But with the shoe glue, it actually keeps the holes covered, right? It's kind of as though from, like, the dirt and stuff, it kind of rebuilds the shoe. So that's why they've been lasting for so darn long, right? And I paid, I think it was like, do you know how much they paid for those? The shoe glue is like 10 bones, right? That's how much I paid for them. And I know I need to buy new ones. This stuff is just so good. Literally, they do repair your shoes. That's why it says here shoe repair, right? And of course, it's not only for shoes. From my experience, as weird as this may be, I even used it on my airbed because I don't trust beds, because growing up, we had bed bugs. And I remember going in class, everyone thought, this is when I was in high school, they literally thought I had an allergic reaction because I think it was my leg. It was it looks swollen. It was that bad because I got bitten by a lot of bed bugs. Plus, I used to kill quite a few of them with my fingers. I'm not kidding. Literally, I have microscopic eyes. I can see things up close. That's probably why I can see things really well. I just try not to pay attention much to it. So, basically, man, this song's got 5 minutes left. I would use the shoe goo, right? Because I would have like a hole on my bed, right? It still does deflate, but the thing is, it doesn't deflate as fast. And that's how I was able to get that dream of the Indian boy and his goat, or the Indian college boy that I met when I found that goat when I was walking to Christown, right? It's kind of weird how I had that dream. I had to share that. So I just thought this was kind of fun to talk about because, you know what? There are people out there that do their best to actually get by. And the little things, I guess you could say from a Buddhist perspective, they do matter a lot. Like my state ID, I'm trying to move on from that. It's such that they don't even have that model. And I love that picture I took myself. Like, Deon, you like that state ID, but you lost it. It happens, right? It meant a lot to me. It's kind of funny because it's like treasure. You're not going to find that in any other state. You're not going to find any other darn country. And I took that a decade ago, right? So it just sucks I can't give proof. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's why I like to collect little things. Especially when we went to Sedona, right? When we had to save Casey from her abusive Moroccan ex. Down the mountains when we were driving back, I still got that little rock that we found. You know, when we were passing down Sedona. You're not gonna find any other state. You're not, right? I love our state because I am born and raised in this soil. I call it soil because, well, that's what our state is kind of known for, right? I don't know. It's hard to explain it, okay? I've never been to Grand Canyon. I would love to go. I would, okay? I know, embarrassing. I've been on this damn round planet, or Earth, for almost 3 decades. I've never been out there yet. But yeah, that's why I wanted to share that because, you know, I got like 3 minutes left. I just thought it's a really great show. And yeah, some of them are really outrageous, but like for Jeff's side, it's really creative. He made I think a purse out of like a plastic jug, which is really creative. I always want to do stuff like that because for me personally, I even made my own t-shirt, which I'll be showing shortly, right? Or t-shirts. And it's so nice out right now. Sorry about that. This thing does have bad autofocus. And oh, white bird or white pigeon for good luck. And it's gonna start raining too, right when I pigeon landed. Just to show you, right? I bought that shirt. Damn it! Here we go again. Gosh, what the jam? Okay. So that Japanese shirt is for decoration, right? Because I want it longer. I bought that from Walmart eons ago. I basically made the Japanese shirt the best way I could. If you can definitely tell all those white patches. That's supposed to be from the super glue. I basically used some fabric in order to actually cut it off. And I did use a lined piece of paper to draw or trace the Japanese flag, right? This is the circle, and then I try to do the country shape out of it. And the other shirt that I basically have made, just because, you know, if there's a lack of different clothes for me to wear, I should have it in here. It was the Lampis, camisa that I basically have designed. Here it is. Yatta. See, I basically did my name. If I can actually, hold on. Okay? So, what you see here is my full name in Japanese. It's supposed to be, Deon, how you say it? I forgot. It's supposed to be Deon. I can't pronounce it in Japanese. And then, Gasu, right? That's supposed to be my full name in Japanese. I made that outline on purpose. And then, if you actually can see the back, basically, it's just supposed to be the One Piece logo, and of course, the skulls that represent the straw hats, and the Ace of Spades represents asexuality, right? Yeah, a lot of people tend to think asexuality doesn't exist. It does, okay? It's hard to explain it. It is. That's why I'm not involved in the LGBT that much, right? I mean, plus people use other labels that are not actual orientations. It's hard, okay? It is. I know one girl named Nisha, she probably think it isn't. At least from the video she said, but I'll probably be mistaken. It's a good channel, by the way. And not to mention my autistic symbol, but I like watching this show because it does teach you a lot of lessons that people literally do things that are cheap to actually get by. And You know, I don't work at this age. I feel guilty. I just want to assure us that Extreme Cheapskates. I'm not saying it right. Yeah, I am. It's a great show, and you know, it's not cheap.